Hello, my name is Kenneth Howling, and today I'm going to be demoing the library catalog program I've written, which is essentially a program that a library could theoretically use to manage their catalog of books, uh, help people check them out, return them, uh, and view them or even search for them within the library. And so for this program, I wrote it in C Sharp, which is an object-oriented language, meaning I'm using primarily classes, which I've saved each class in their own file. So I have six in total, starting with the program class, which is basically just here to provide the foundation for the program and create this library object, um, which has these methods that it calls, and then basically we're done with this with this class. But these methods that we're calling here are going to be important later. Um, because this library class is really where all the magic happens. As you can see, it's significantly longer than just about every other class that we have, and that's because basically everything happens here, aside from just a few other things that need to happen in their own classes. But the method we'll go over the methods that we saw in the program class here in just a little bit. But first, we also have the user class, the cart class, the checkout class, and the book class. Each of these create an object that I use in the library class to run the catalog and make everything work. And if you notice, there's also a couple files over here. Well, I'll get to why those are important in just a little bit, but let's go into exactly what the library class does, because this is where most things happen. So the library class will run in just a sec, but it loads books from a file. So I have all the books that a library would have. I basically created a simulated library in this books.json file. So this method right here, the load books from file, pulls all the information on those books into the program and then runs, and then also runs load checkouts from file. And I'll get into what the checkouts is in just a second. But then we get to the run uh, method. And so we're going to run it here. And then we're going to see a menu pop up that gives us a few options. Basically, these right here. And each of those options will run a different function, but let's just see what it does right here. Taking a second to boot up. There we go. So welcome to the library. We have five options here, then an exit menu option. Let's start with five just for now, because five is actually pretty simple. What it does is it just calls the made up location of this library, which uses this structure right here. This is basically just some information I made up for like this library that doesn't actually exist, but it's this it would right here I just said it existed in the city I'm in, Rexburg. But that's that's probably the most simple function. The next one, let's just start from the top. Let's do one. As you can see, we have a huge list of books here. Calling the view all books method. And what this method is doing is it is, remember I said we had this method up here that loaded books from a JSON file. So this is all the stuff in that JSON file, and what it actually, oh, this thing's in the way. Let me get to that. There we go. So this is what that JSON file looks like. It has a bunch of different books. Each book has a serial, a title, an author, the languages that it's in, and then if it's available or not. And then, um, so right now we see these are the books. That's the serial number. The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens available. And as you can see, we actually have two copies of this too. So that's what that that's what that menu option gives us. Then if we want to search for books, we can search for a book by title or by author. So we saw A Christmas Carol in there. Let's see if Charles Dickens actually has anything else here in um in the database. And we see he actually has two other books, Life of Our Lord and the Pickwick Papers. We have two copies of Pickwick Papers available. Um, oh, it looks like a lot of other people wrote on that one too. But yeah, so there are five books we have by Charles Dickens. We can check them out. So, but if we wanted to maybe check them out, we could do that. We type in three, we enter the serial number. Oh, oops, I did forget the serial number. Um, well, oh well. Let's just type in different serial number. Let's just check out serial number one for now, since that's at the very top of the list. We can look at it pretty easily. So we added the Iron Heel to the cart, and let's just add another two. Iron Heel again. So I'm going to check out both copies of the Iron Heel, which is, I think, by Jack London. And I say I'm done, and it says, okay, now give us your name. So this is checkout information. Phone number. This doesn't have to be an actual phone number. This is, since this is all simulated right now. So I'll just type in 111, easy to remember. So I've checked out these two books and press any key to return to menu. And so here's the important thing though. Now that I've checked it out, the books here now say they are not available. Available is false. So this file has been updated to say that. And if we check out this final JSON, checkouts JSON, we see the information of my checkout is here. When it's due, who did it, the phone number to contact them, send them reminders, in theory, that would be that what that's for. And so um that's how that works. And we can return it be easily, but I do want to showcase one other thing before we return it. If we remove this terminal, if this was just a program without these JSON files storing things, everything would have just reset. The books would have been back to available, and my information wouldn't exist anymore. But as we can see, the books are still not available, and my information is still there. And so if we boot this up again, and now we try to return it, we can see that it's still possible for me to return it, even though this is a different instance of the program running. Return to books. So now there's nothing in the checkouts, and both books are back. And so the files help things persist across different runnings of the program, which is really important because, I mean, you're not just going to keep this program running all the time. But yeah, that's my library catalog project. Uh, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.